I got my start as a young kid, college kid, working for the previous owner of the company, his business model was very much bare basic pools and sell quantity. And that's what he knew to do. That's what he was comfortable with. Almost to the point where it saddens me a little bit to think about him. After having sold the company to me because of health issues, he was asked years later to talk about kind of what we were doing. And it wasn't me having the conversation, but someone else was with him. And he said, I don't want to talk about it. He said, when I was doing that, it was just something that I sold. And he didn't care. I kind of suspect that there's a lot of people like that just kind of get caught up with, well, we could make money and let's just do it. And in hindsight, what I wish my experience could have been would have been someone saying, you know, there's a lot of opportunity here. I'm bestowing upon you an opportunity, which is exactly what he did for me. And I'll forever be thankful of that. But learning later that he kind of didn't even care about it. It was just a transaction for him to be able to keep making money because I was buying a company from him. I wish that he, or an early mentor for me, had seen the potential of what I wanted to do because of how aggressive I was about learning, and that had pulled me aside and said, here's some of the things that I would do if I were you early on. I had to learn that all on my own. I had to just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, which is fine. It's brought me to where I'm at. But an early mentor for me that could have really guided me, that maybe was 60% of where I wanted to go if that person had come into my life, that would have helped me guide those early years, I would have arrived earlier at a better understanding. And I'm glad I have arrived now, as I know I've got a lot of arriving to go to the next level of what I'll do. But for me, that's what I would like to bestow upon the people that work for me. And I know that in how I talk, people probably think it's goofy and really not true, and they can't buy into it because they don't understand it. But it's true. We're living what we talk about today. And if you can't see that, too bad. But it does exist, and that's what, I was ripe for that. I was waiting for that. I wanted somebody to take me under their wing, and I was willing to put my ego aside and say, how can I learn this and just be better? Because to me, that was more important than being the boss, being the big shot, being the business owner. As a matter of fact, I had my brother-in-law work for me, and oftentimes when we were working, because the homeowners didn't always know it was me as the owner, they would go to him because he was the older guy, and I would always let him. Let him pretend, let them think because I just wanted to do the work. And as a result, the product was always better. What we did was always more awesome because I was in it, and I was the one that was vested. It wasn't just me paying somebody to do the work. I was always invested in it, no matter how little of a project or how big of a project it was. So I had no problems letting him take the glory of being the owner, because that didn't matter. It was, how could we do the work? How could we do the work better than we've ever done? How can we make it an art, and how can we love it? And as a result of that, I've found myself in this unique position of being a mentor to others, but still needing mentorship myself because there's more. And it's becoming harder and harder for me to find that next guy that can help me get to the next level, and therefore I'm having to do it myself and innovate, which I'm okay with. But even now, that next mentor would make my life so much easier because then I could push forward quicker. So as I mentor others, I'm always looking for that next mentor, and I'm waiting now for that next mentor to show up.